Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So we're going to get started here in just a moment when I share the actual stream. That would be great, that would be wise, that would be smart. Oh, bloody hell. I'm trying to find my own channel now, I'm failing. Alright, here we are. Alright, we'll get started here in just a moment. Yeah, sorry about this. Love you, Alex. Should have done this beforehand, but hey ho. Be alright. I'm sure you guys don't mind that much. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and hide this. I don't buggered it up that like that time. Right, so I've got the save up and ready to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the chat up so I can see. What? Alright, give me a moment here. By the way, if you guys do want to actually talk about things and discuss like strategy that we're going to be taking, you can join the Discord. Ooh, I got that on loud there. There we go. Yeah, so you can go ahead and join the Discord. I will post a link to it on YouTube. And yeah, you can join the room. We do have a Nato command room and we do have a Pact command room. So all you need to do when you join the Discord is just type NATO or Pact and I'll add you to those rooms. If you join the NATO one, you can talk with Alex about his plans. If you join mine, you can obviously talk about our plans. I am a little bit worried. There is a bit of a bug at the moment regarding like minefields and fortresses that can kind of cause you to fail to win the day, to win the battle, and force you to technically retreat. I'm hoping that doesn't happen to us, but we'll see. The game is still being fixed in terms of bugs, so things like that will potentially crop up, but I'm going to hope it's not going to be a problem. So let's see then. So from where we left off last time, we've been pushing through here against NATO's air power. Do have the East Germans in the fray over here, and I want to make sure we cover this area with the East Germans, just because it gives us a good potential to go through, deal with them. There's not much in the way of NATO air power over here, so we're looking pretty good. Fighter over here, MiG-23. But what I'll go ahead and do then is move up the East Germans, I feel. Or even have the East Germans move up this way. In terms of what we have then from the East Germans, we do have some decent stuff. Like, this is a decent fighter bomber. They're not very strong in terms of, like, raw numbers, but yeah, they're still pretty decent. MiG-21s are not bad at all. We do have larger collections over here, so we have the fighter bombers. These guys are pretty beefy. Very beefy, in fact. MiG-23s over here, very, very effective too. And again, we have two groups over here. So I can make use of those. We have our helicopters over here, as we've seen elsewhere. Alright. So let's see then. Yeah, 5-5. Need to direct this towards the East German front. So essentially what we're going to have here then is the East Germans pushing in this area. If I go ahead and select this unit here, you can essentially see where the East Germans can move for now. I will see more of that shortly enough when we have them move into the land phase. We've got a good decent bit of stuff left over here, however. I was thinking about like whether to approach this, and I think we will. I think we will smash into this. Over here at the north towards like Denmark, Holstein basically. I'm not super sure. Like I think what we there's a number of different thoughts on this, and probably what I probably should go for now is just hit him as hard as I possibly can on the first turn because he is going to recover. But at least I have the opportunity to pick the battle now. I can kind of take him bit by bit. Like he's in strength, but he's not in that much strength. So probably the best time to attack him now. Really, probably not going to get that option again. How you doing there, Cranium? You've really committed to that meme over the years. It's been impressive, to be honest. Alright, so I've got 3 here. I can't fit that. I could fit it over here, but I don't really need it over here. I'll keep it there for now. Fighter bombers over here actually could have deployed too. Yeah, they've got 4-4. Not bad. We've got some additional fighter bombers. They don't really have a range, but these guys have the range. That's 2. They could go in against one of these groups over here. Let's see. This is -2 to the attacker, -2 to the attacker. Pursuit allowed, yes, but no breakthrough, which is a bit of a negative there. Over here we do have no breakthrough, but we do have breakthrough over here, so I could break through that. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, of course, the game's still in development, so we are getting there in terms of what is being fixed in terms of bugs. We do have here our first turn, and this is a play by email. So I'm not saying that I've made the right moves here. Like, I kind of regret in some ways having the BDB deployed here. Maybe I should have spread them around. But in some ways, if I have them deployed lightly, then they can be destroyed lightly. He's gone for a heavy defense, but if I force him to move, that's good. Because he has a massive buff to his defense right now. But he has lower movement points, and lower number of movement points. So I want to try and drive home against the US over here and try and hit these guys. Try and weaken them, really. Just try and have like aerial dominance in this area if I can. Got the poles to sort out. We've kind of done the Baltic to a degree, but I'll do them shortly enough as well. There's not all that much left to move. Right. The Poles will have to defend, obviously, Poland. A little bit of a shame having fighter bombers, but, well, we'll see. He may look to try and push into East Germany or into Czechoslovakia, so we need to, well, check... is it technically Czechoslovakia? Czech Republic? I think it was Czechoslovakia, wasn't it? Yeah, Czechoslovakia, yeah. I think so, anyway. I bloody forgot. Right, so what we'll do then is we'll start out here. So in terms of what we have available down here then, so we do have East German forces that do have good movement. Fighters in general and fighter bombers, not bad. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is put together a fighter group. So we'll have them head over here to this airbase. Right. I don't really have all that much in the way of East German stuff in the south. It's mostly over here to the north. I love the soundtrack to this game, though, man. Yeah, so we've got the 2 fighters over here. Whoops. We've got the helicopters over here. We've committed this group over here to make some teams. I might commit some other stuff, but it's not a major priority for me. So I've got some other East Germans over here. They could move this way to engage. So they do have at least that potential. Let me see. Yeah, we could move that way. Yeah, Czechoslovakia at this point in time, yeah. Let's see. We've got stacking of 14 over there in terms of air power. What I want to go ahead and do then is just try and hit just this air power around Hanover. I can't quite tell. It might be a Jaguar, I'm not too sure. Or it might even be like a... Oh, what the bloody hell's the name now? I forget the name. F-104. The F-104, I forgot the bloody name now. But either way, I want to have aerial dominance around this area. I want to try and like weaken him here too, so using the East Germans is pretty easy. Deal with this guy and then push forward to the north. So we'll have the East Germans collect. So what I'll do then is have them concentrate over here. Combine them over there. Right, so we've got an okay stack. It's not the biggest stack in the world, but it's at least something. Right. Okay. So what I'll do then is... I can't go to the north. I can kind of go like this, maybe. If I go this way... It does cost me the 5 that I have on that one aircraft over there. I can fly through... And I want to have these areas hit by ground support. But if I have... there's probably AA over, like, at Hanover. So if I go this way... Because I'm just using the fighters, I'm just looking to intercept the enemy. Okay. Right, there we are. I didn't get to see all the results there, but I think we did okay. Didn't really do that much damage, but we did some. I think we intercepted the helicopters over here. But I'll keep them as a group for now, then. You see there's the Belgian forces over here, then. Ah, no. See, what we have to deal with then, because I'm going to go, I think... there's a couple of different things I could do here, because I've got a decent bit of force. Like, we have the Soviet forces over here, but they don't have an army HQ, which is a big problem, really. There's also the East German forces over here. They lack headquarters. There's these EBT groups over here to the rear. Like, I have armies down here, but I think really what I want to do is have an army smash in this way. But if I weaken up over here, maybe, I don't know, it's a difficult decision, because if I don't push this way, then he's going to have the freedom to move more forces. I need to try and engage. But wherever we do push, we need to push as a consolidated front, and I do need to make sure I watch my flanks. But what I'm thinking about doing is taking the air mobile troops I dropped down here, and having them push this way to try and take territory, try and cut communication. But it's going to be difficult whichever way we throw the dice, really. Alright, let me go ahead and move you up over here. I'll go ahead and just have you committed to the battle over here. We do have another fighter bomber here as well. Have them join the battle there. Okay. Now this terrain is -2 to the attacker, so it's not exactly ideal to push through there. We do have this position here that allows for pursuit and breakthrough, which is pretty good. This does not allow for pursuit nor breakthrough, so it's not exactly a great position to fight in, really. But in terms of how it goes then, so we have the German forces over here, we have the British forces over here, we do have the Belgian forces over here as well, so there is pretty strong forces, but it might be worth my time, because we do have strong forces over here. The difficulty is I don't really have... I have some forces here, but not all that much. I've got a couple of EBTs. I do have forces to the rear that I can move up, but I'm going to really have to rely upon the East Germans to fill in the gaps over here. I have a couple options, because we do have a road network that goes this way. Hopefully this goes in our favour. Well, I mean, I can push through at Fulda. Fulda's not a great position to attack. Pursuit, no. Breakthrough, no. But I need to deal with Fulda. Mostly due to the fact that, well, we need to cross a small river and cross a small river, but at least I have a road over here and a bridge. So that does help out. We do have the strong forces of the 11th Guard Tank Division over there. We do have the East Germans, but I need to... This area needs reinforcement. This area in general needs reinforcement. But we'll see. So, what I need to do is, like, really throw air power at the points I do attack. That's what I need to do. Even here, positions like this where they don't have air cover would be pretty good too. Okay, can I throw them in there? I could actually get them in there, in fairness. Not particularly necessary, but I could do it. Yeah, there's East German armies over here, so at least we do have that. Okay. Let me see. So we've got the fighter bombers over here then. What I want to do then is I want to punch through here and make sure they get support over here. In terms of what we see around this area, there's what I assume to be the Dutch. Now this is a pretty good one for actually attacking them in terms of air power, because it's clear. This, really not so much. It could be that we have fighter bombers actually support them, but I probably want to have some fighters over them. But just try and deal with the enemy here in terms of what I have. This would be a good position to hit with aerial bombardment, but I really, really need to make sure I break through, because there's a really strong chance I don't break through. And we have to bear that in mind. Like, this is a stronger position than this one, especially when they've gone for the entrenchment too, so I really, really need to break through. So, we have Soviet force over here then, which can go this way. Now, breakthrough is allowed over here, which is good, so I need to concentrate assets here, and then they can move on over here, and there's breakthrough there, which could eventually come. We do have these German forces over here. Now, suit and breakthrough allowed here. Okay. So let's see then. There's a good amount of helicopters over here. These guys can commit to the Berlin fight. I'll just commit the helicopters there, that defense will be handy. So we'll go with that. Okay. That'll give them that spot that they need. A couple more helicopters over here. Have a move over here, and then they can join the battle too. And then I'll fill up our air component over there. So that'll give us some good support for the ground forces that will move in there. Alright. What I need to do is put together a strike package then to push through here. And I could force the air through, but I think if it depends really, I'm going to have to deal with the air in this area. If I push through here, I'm going to be engaging a lot of air power. But if we construct a nice strong group, we might be able to manage that fairly effectively. So over here then we have MiG-25s, which are very nice fighters. Good range. These fighter bombers over here, Su-17s. Yeah, they have the anti-radiation. But this is the group I'm looking for over here. So that's a 7 group. I'm looking at about 14s over here. There's a 30 over here over Strasbourg. So that's pretty heavy air. So I could park a lot of air power in here. And that would engage a lot, so that might be worth doing. But if I leave them there, they'll... Well, I could fly and come back through. But I'm going to have to go through the tiles, so I'm going to have to look at 14 anyway. So we've got another effective group over here then. Alright, that's 9. This is big airfield here. Right, that's 16, so we're a little over. Let me see. These are big groups in fairness. They don't really have the same movement, so what I'll do is take that group out. So that leaves us looking at requiring 1 more. I do have a fire group here. But again, not as much in the way of movement. I think 13 is okay, but I would really prefer to have 14 just to make sure I get the most amount of air power. A lot of guys over here then specialize in dealing with the yeah. Okay. Do I have anything over here? That has a range, I should say. Maybe here in the north. They've got about 18, but... Ah, there we go, we got... Yeah, that's a lot of range there. But I need 1. So maybe not here. But these these Yak 28s are pretty beefy. They're not super effective, but they're pretty beefy. But they've got massive, massive range. I do have this group, however. Okay, I could use that A50 and really try and build in strength in here. Alternatively, I could use that to drive home another strike package here, so maybe it's worthwhile having that backup. Probably worth having a backup. Right. So what we'll go ahead and do then is... let's go perhaps this way. Okay, so that's going to engage a good bin of NATO's air power here. Let's hope for the best on this one. Yeah, there's a lot of air power here. AA over there. Oh, we do force them back. Ah, so we are forced to abort over here then. Yeah, okay. NATO won the dogfight. So, we're getting pushed back there. We do take some hits. Yeah, they're forced back. They do take some damage, but we did manage to get in there and deal some damage. Force back something over this way, but again, that is a lot of air power to go up against. Alright. I go ahead and take these 18s. Okay, we've got 11 there. That fits as though we can get 14. Okay. I may just have to go for it, but I'm going to go over here then to make sure that they can potentially have some air cover. Oh, it took quite a few hits there. Oh no, there we go. Nato lost the dogfight. So something over here has been forced back, but we did manage to knock out this group over Fastberg. And we've got, importantly, cover over here, over the VDV. Having cover on the VDV is very important. These guys did take hits, but at least they do have out there. Alright. What we'll do then is we'll put together some other groups then to try and break through. But I don't have as great in the way of quality now. I do need to defend the coast too. I think that kind of exhausted our real strike. Well, breakthroughs, to be honest. But in fairness, it's not surprising. We don't have infinite amount of resources. I was sure to move forward the helicopters and all the fighter bombers. We do have some really good fighter bombers over here, however. They're just not that great for air-to-air. Alright, let's see. So I can move over here. Oh, actually, no, I think I have to cross the river to get into here. So I could have these East Germans push into this tile here, maybe. And then have them push into here. They cross... Sorry, these guys come across here. Though if I break through here, they can break through into here. These guys can try and deal with the Brits. Maybe they have success. I'm going to doubt that, to be honest, because I don't think they're strong enough to take that. Really, I need the road. But I don't want to engage everything, so in fairness, if I engage this, that's okay. I mean, we have these forces over here that could... They're going to have to likely deal with this. And these Soviet forces are really intended to go to Göttingen, however you want to pronounce that. But I could have them engage the the West Germans over here and try and push on towards Kessel. That, I can break through here and break through into there, which would probably be better for me. So, we'll use the East Germans over here. This is going to be a problem. It's going to hurt like hell. But I do have forces that can move up over here to try and plug that gap to a degree. And there will be East Germans that move up this way, but this is an area that I really need to make sure is covered. But I want to make sure I can try and break through here so I can try and flank him. The difficulty is, I don't want to go up against something here. I mean, you can see the difference in terms of size. Like, this is a larger force than this one. It's going to be a pain in the ass, but at least I do have the roads over here, and it would help to secure this move towards Kessel, however you want to pronounce it. So I think I'd rather do that. So I'm going to throw air assets down here, I think. I also want to make sure the East Germans have a good time. Alright, let's see. I don't know if I have enough air power to really go for it, but I may have some heavy bombers or bombers back in one of these districts over here. So we'll see what we have. Yeah, these guys aren't bombers, but they are useful. I should actually place them in one of those groups. I completely forgot about these guys. I do have some bombers over here, however, so I've got some SU-24s, that's nice. I'll grab these guys, and why not? They're not being utilized otherwise. They don't have the range to make it. But that at least gives me something to throw in there in terms of like having some bomber support. So we'll have them move over to the airfield over here. Alright. I don't think I want to engage against this. I think what I'd rather do then is rather than engage against this, and the problem is this is going to leave some strong defenses over here, but I have other ways to get to Hanover without punching through these guys. I need to make sure that I punch through. Like I mentioned earlier, there is a bit of a bug at the moment, or at least a weird results regarding like fortifications and mines, so I really need to make sure I've got like full support on everything I attack. I think I can afford to leave them and allow forces to come up and just block them and just bypass them. Like the road system has them going horizontal while, vertical while this is horizontal. So they can move back, but they have to move back through inferior terrain. Well, terrible terrain, but if I control castle, then they don't have an easy access to a road. They'd have to go north. And if we move that way, then yeah. Like, Hanover's going to be a son of a bitch, but I'm not that interested in taking Hanover. I'd rather bypass Hanover if I can. I can maybe have forces push this way towards Bremen, but we'll see, Things will develop. Hopefully they'll develop in our favour, but we cannot be assured of that. So what I'll do then is I'll have the bombers committed over here. We'll lose a aircraft route. We can cancel out one of those hits there. Yeah. Right, that's 4 over here. I think these bombers pack a punch at 5.5. They're pretty damn good. I'm going to fight a bomber over here with 18. That might be able to reach. It might be a stretch. Oh no, they can just about make it. What I'll do then is I'll base them at the airfield and then have them join. So we'll have air power collect over here then. Yeah, I don't think anything from up this way will be able to reach. But I'll give it a go. Not quite. But they can participate over this way, so we'll have them utilise there shortly enough, or maybe even north. But either way, I managed to get another fighter bomber in there. I do have this air power here anyway. Have them trying to gauge. I do lose an aircraft, but it looks like we managed to cancel out that hit. Right. Let's have this air power committed here. Can get 3 more in there. They don't have enough. Okay. Do I have anything else I could throw in there? I don't think so. Not unless it has some pretty good range. That'll do it. And it's perfect number 2. Alright, that's good. At least I get some fighter bomber support in there. Some pretty solid fighter bomber support in there too, so that's really good then. So I'll try and push through here. I mean, it'd be nice to have support there. So maybe I do use some fighter bombers against that position. But I need to make sure I have this covered too. I mean, that's not a strong force, but it would be good. It would be good to hit it, but we'll see how things go.